Welcome to This Week in the NFL Week 18 edition. Get ready for the ultimate garbage. To save time, I've decided to sum up every game that didn't matter in 2 sentences or less. Also, congratulations, Bengals, you've won the North. I guess every GOAT has his bad days, as Jarrett Stidham could not beat the Chiefs. And with that, the Chiefs only technically take the top spot in the AFC. In the toilet bowl of the week, which is so cheap nowadays that it won't even rent its own toilet, the Texans ruined their draft pick with the worst win you'll ever see. The Colts got flushed, but at this point they're so crappy a flush would actually help them. But the question is, will Chicago capitalize? And the answer turns out to be yes, as Chicago manages to be the ultimate loser of the NFL. It turns out getting a real quarterback for the first time ever was the least of your problems. Be sure to tune in next year for more crap. So, what will the Bears even do with the first round draft pick? They could draft a defenseman, or they could trade it away to a team hungry for a QB. Come on, Bears, make it happen. I would like to give out a personal congratulations to the Atlanta Falcons for finally beating Tom Brady. It took until the very end of his career to finally do it. Unless if the old man somehow sticks around for 1 year. Which in that case, Buccaneers, brace yourselves. Who cares for how about them Cowboys anyway? The episode would be way too short and drag out anyway. Also, we need to wait until the playoffs to determine true Cowboy greatness. So, JJ Watt's retiring, huh? I guess we'll see him in Canton in 5 years. Hooray, the Eagles lock up the number 1 seed. Even though it should have been locked up weeks ago. Better late than never, I guess. Now enjoy the bye, you sickos. Broncos country, let's ride. This may be one of the most promising finishes to a season I've ever seen after an entire year of disappointment. Maybe Nathaniel Hackett was that much of a hack. Now let's get to some games that actually matter. The winner of this game clinches the AFC South. Tennessee is winning in, lose and go home. Jacksonville can still get in even if they lose by everyone fighting for a wild card losing out. It's very unlikely though. Tennessee is currently riding a 6-game losing streak, while Jacksonville has been from 2-6 to 8-8. But of course, they're not going down without a fight, as Derrick Henry has woken up and is ready to stiff arm people through the night. Jacksonville then realizes, oh yeah, we're on a hot streak. We should try to keep that up if we want to be remembered for our comeback. But they must have a killing blow, as Tennessee has not gone down yet. Perfect. Turns out, Josh Allen is a really good player. And with that, the Titans are eliminated. You guys were 7-3 at one point. Then you got plagued by injuries, really bad losses, and basically everything else to fall to 7-10 and hopelessly out of the playoffs. Win just one of your 2 tilts against Jacksonville, and you're in. And now, you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Jacksonville, as a result, comes back and wins the AFC South. I don't think anyone gave you a chance after a 2-6 start, so congratulations, boys. You've done it. Now let's get to the rest of the AFC wild card. New England is winning in. If they lose, then Miami is winning in. If both lose, then Pittsburgh is winning in. And as you can see on the screen, they won. It wasn't actually that hard. It was the Deshaun Watson-led Browns. But is it good enough to save their season and get blown out by the Bills? Let's check in on Miami to determine that. I can't believe we live in the world where Skylar Thompson and Joe Flacco determine serious playoff implications. Well, somehow Miami can kick their way to the playoff spot if they really want it at this point. Oh my gosh, he hit it. Somehow, that's the second 50-plus yard field goal the Dolphins have made. Jeez, this franchise is dysfunctional. And the Dolphins get a safety. A very meaningless one at that. So the Dolphins keep their hopes alive. Pittsburgh fans, I have some bad news for you. The steel curtain has fallen. Honestly, I wanted to see either the Dolphins or Patriots over the stinky Steelers anyway. But the question is, who gets out of the AFC East rivals? The Dolphins are somehow still alive for the playoff hunt and can get in if the Patriots lose today. And yeah, I think it's safe to say that the Bills aren't losing this one. Honestly, this one was for Damar Hamlin. Once Nyheim Hines returned 2 kickoffs for touchdowns, we knew it was over. Patriots who put up a decent fight. Yeah, in all honesty, I don't really think the Patriots deserve the playoffs. Neither than the Dolphins, if we're being completely honest, but the Patriots, I guess, deserved it less. And with that, Miami avoids an epic collapse as Skylar Thompson saves the season for Miami. The NFC 7th seed is pretty interesting. Green Bay is winning in. Detroit is winning in if and only if Seattle loses. And Seattle is winning in if Green Bay loses. But Detroit, you may not even get your chance, as the Seahawks look ready to take down the Rams with a very makeable field goal. And of course, he doinked it. Somehow, some way, we're going to overtime. At this point, the Seahawks are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And then Baker Mayfield throws an interception that the media is going to blame him on. But honestly, Quandre Diggs is a serious ball hawk. And the Seahawks win. This in the process knocks out the Lions from making the playoffs. But let's not eliminate them just yet. They still need to play Green Bay. And with that, the season ends in a battle between one team I wanted to see make the postseason but failed, and another team that's pretty lucky to be here in the first place. But the Packers lead by a field goal. And now the Lions lead by 1 score. And now the Packers lead by 1. Can we just call the NFL a seesaw at this point? When the heck did Jamal Williams become a touchdown scorer? But anyway, the Lions lead by 4 now. But they must send a killing blow to finish off the Packers. Man, this feels like deja vu. Trickeration works. If the Lions go down, they're taking the Packers with them, as a nice trick play ends both of their seasons. And with that, we can now eliminate our final 2 teams. Sorry to the Detroit Lions it had to be this way. Not sorry to the Green Bay Packers it had to be this way. Aaron Rodgers, yeah, he's done. And so are you. And with that, Seahawks country, let's ride. You were one of the last teams I expected to make the playoffs. And as icing on the cake, you not only made the Russell Wilson trade look very good for you, you actually made him look like a liability in the process. That was just the icing on the cake. Congratulations. Now go get whooped by the 49ers. And finally, it's playoff time. Woohoo! Now let's look at each game and see which ones are exciting and which ones you can skip out on. Seahawks 49ers is easily snoozer of the week. Honestly, the Seahawks are actually kind of lucky to be here. Good job on making the playoffs, but I just don't think you're 49er level. As for the Giants and Vikings, this will probably be the game of the week. Because both teams have played really close games and have both been really clutch when it comes time to make that type of play. As for the Cowboys-Buccaneers game, I think someone's just going to advance on the fact that someone has to advance. Both teams are extreme memes, so if you watch this game ironically, then you'll probably be in for a treat. As for the AFC, the Bills-Dolphins should be a Bills win unless if Tua plays. Then it's gonna be more interesting. If Skylar Thompson shows up though, you can kiss the Dolphins' chances of a Super Bowl goodbye. Ravens-Bengals would probably be the game of the week if it wasn't for Giants-Vikings. Hopefully Lamar Jackson can get healthy because, well, first of all, he's a person. You never want to see a person injured. But also because I kind of want to see an exciting game. And finally, Chargers-Jaguars. They might be in the same boat as the Cowboys and Buccaneers, in which someone has to advance. Or it could be an epic wildcard game. Who knows? Alright, folks, I think it's finally time to get rid of the Browns and Saints schedules because they're kind of crammed in together. Folks, you have 2 seconds to snap a picture of this or anything before I remove it. Boom, gone. In fact, let's remove the Troy schedule as well. Boom, gone. And now let's resize the text at the bottom. Ah, much better. There isn't much more I can say here, but I will say this. The playoff recap videos will probably be uploaded as YouTube Shorts. Hopefully to gain publicity. Well, that'll do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, share a comment, ring the bell, and don't forget about John 3:16, and I'll see you next time. Romans chapter 8 verses 9 and 10. But you are not controlled by your sinful nature. You are controlled by the Spirit if you have the Spirit of God living in you. And remember that those who do not have the Spirit of Christ living in them do not belong to Him at all. And Christ will live within you, so even though your body will die because of sin, the Spirit gives you life because you have been made right with God.